How you guys doing? Yes, starting my live again. Last time I got disturbed, you know what I mean, on the streets. Yeah. So yeah, today is gonna be a crazy storm later on. They were saying 3:45 apparently. So you know, it's gonna take place. Just walking. We're gonna take a walk in a path, back path, nature walk in like 5-10 minutes. So look out for it. It's cool, on the roads. Crazy, but hey, that's how it is. The streets, right? So, it's walking. So, this is the street. You guys can hear the wind. Crazy. Let's remember. Oh, hear me. So yeah. Oh, here. Woo. So we're gonna be taking a walk on the streets. Just a little bit, but hey, street view, I know it's windy. It's crazy windy, right? So, but I gotta complete this walk. I think it's down the road. Of minutes, right? So I will find time to make this one, right. So yeah, the other day, I hope you guys enjoy yourselves, and you see me on my adventurous walk, right? So like I was saying earlier, the 19 more days, right, until Christmas. So I don't know how you guys celebrate Christmas, but what me and my family does is we cook big meals. We get together, of course. We cook big meals. And not only cook big meals, but we also play music, we dance, we sing. We do all kinds of loving activities that, gives you reasons to live. Because nowadays, living has become hard for a lot of people, not because of finance, right? But because of reasons to live. So the thing is, if you have difficulties, right, with reasons to live, it can be very stressful because your mind is programmed to, solve issues and express it to you depending on your emotional levels, right? So some situations could be harder than others. We all know this. And of course, some could be easier to deal with. Except for dealing with it is a kind of way where you must be happy, you must have fun, you must be around exciting energies, and strength levels. Because energies and strength levels, right, gives you the power to overcome all your obstacles, right, in life today. So try to understand that in society, right, there's of course the ups, the downs, and of course we're still gonna make this walk. You know what I mean? We're gonna walk this walk because I wanna show my fans, right, how beautiful and, you see what I'm saying, unique this path is for nature, right? It's cold, but we're gonna do it, guys. See what I'm saying? We're gonna make that walk. So, first, we're on our way. Beautiful city, right? You know what I mean? It's cold, but it's a lot better. Windy, right? See what I'm saying? In the morning, if you intake your spinach, of course, celery, you take some plantain skin and you boil it. It's pure iron. Give you strength. So I said, give you strength to overcome all your obstacles. Yeah. So we're on our way. So, how you guys doing? In life today, yo. You know what I mean? So, that's how it is. Walking the roads to the path of the woods, walking the road, path of the woods. Sorry about the running like crazy, street walk run. So yeah, path is down there, so heading there right now. When you intake those things, spinach, celery, and things, you don't feel good. It gives you that energy, the extra energy you need. So we're walking in. Seeing the path. Amazing path, right? I almost slipped. Crazy. Almost slipped. But we're headed. So, see what I'm saying? So just think about it. When you walk, it says what? Caution, poison ivy. Please stay on path. So you see, I stay on the path. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see. So yeah, stay on the path. This is the path you're seeing, guys. You know? Show you this path. So we are walking through the forest. Woo. So if you like nature, go with it. See what I'm saying? This is a path. Look at all of this. Woo! Crazy, right? You know what I mean? Mother nature. Woo, woo, woo. All right. Right? So hopefully we see some animals on these paths. You know? Hopefully we see some animals on these paths. You think we'll see a bear or not a bear? Not in these woods, I don't think so. But see, staying on the path leads you to different places. Right? So, tell me, would you guys go for nature walks? You know, all the walks, the paths, all the unique views. Look at these up the hill segments, guy. You know what I mean? I mean, being in the forest is cool, man. Right? Can you go wrong? Imagine these paths were in your city. You know? So, yeah. Imagine these paths were in your city, baby. Ba-da-da. So yeah, this is a shortcut to the path that I was talking about. And you know, you can walk through. You can walk through. Okay? I can show you the entrance right there. Alright? And you're just making your way through this path. Walking through. Ooh. So, like I said, though it's cold and it's a snowstorm this evening, you can still benefit from nature walks, right? You see what I'm saying? So, these are evening thing them. You know what I mean? Alright? See what I'm saying? You can still benefit from the nature of them. So that, say, them things, right? So, I mean, life is like that. See what I'm saying? Benefit. So, yeah. I had to walk this path, this whole entire path, show you bare things, because hear the dog barking. Hopefully we see some animals inside of this, some deers or something, sometimes. Ooh, so walking through. Hey, look at that unique creation right there. You know what I mean? Let's see this. All right. So let me see the river. I think so. The river is probably crossing over there. Let me see a little bit of the river, frozen river though. See what I'm saying? Water still a run. Woo. Yeah. Water stream, Water still a run. So alright, so you see a couple of people on the hills and stuff, right? Everybody's enjoying themselves. So, I mean, walking like this is beneficial because, hold on. Oh. Yeah, just getting back on the path, You see what I'm saying? So walking like this is beneficial because, I mean, you want to remain healthy, right? In order to do that, your body needs to move. You need to consume the right things. You need to do the right things. And walking through a path that is unique, that's, so amazing with all the surroundings and stuff like that, you benefit from. Even seeing green. To be able to see green is beneficial. There's one path right there. You can go through that. So let's walk in through the paths. Right? Maybe you might see some foxes, or we might not. Who knows? They're probably not out right now. But hey, you'll benefit from this. See what I'm saying? Woo-hoo. Benefit from this. The path takes you all the way around, and yeah. It's very windy out here, but hey, what are you gonna do? So yeah, like I said, British Columbia has what? Had so many problems in the past month, right? Lots of flood, lots of wildlife, crops destroyed. you know. And so why that's a big problem is because Vancouver has big ports, the biggest ports we have in the country of Canada. And this affects us because if the ports, the wildlife is destroyed, or majority of it is destroyed, then what is going to really happen to us is whatever we have is going to be what? High on demand, because we do need to what? We do need to consume every day. And if there's less to consume, but then they can charge you more, then there's going to be what? A famine. And famine is going to take place for a long, long time. 5 years or even longer. Right? So you gotta really prepare for that. I'm being serious. If you haven't stocked up, stock up. Right? Get as much natural stuff or substances as possible. Because natural is your best remedy, your best bet. You know? So let's see where this is going. You know? Look at this. You gotta put it down there. Alright? Evergreen. They always remain green. But the rest fades. You know, they turn brown, different colors. So, benefits of consistency, being consistent. See what I'm saying? So, the nature of things, Walking, right? Helps you. If you have heart disease, heart problems, you know, pains, you want to strengthen your core, walking, you know, through a beautiful forest, right? Through a beautiful forest. You know, walking through a beautiful forest is the remedy. And of course, don't forget to drink the soup, right? Cause winter time. You know what I mean? Not really cold, but it will get worse later on. Right? So, coming past the middle, almost to the end. So, don't mind if you see other people riding, screaming. They're having fun on the hills up there, right? Because there's a pathway Whew, I think we seen a bird. Wildlife. I got scared because, you know, but you might see them, you know. I think we seen a bird, but who knows? Okay. Woo! Look at that. You seen that? Wildlife. Seen that bird fly off. I know you seen that. There's probably more somewhere. You know? So, woo! Fly off into the sunset, kind. You know? So, right, it's getting pretty windy, guys. Pretty windy. Pretty windy, okay? So if you hear that, don't mind. You know? Crossing the pathway. Up there, down there. You know, there's different ways. You know, the whole pathway. Right? So we're able to see just a bird, you know. Didn't quite get to see him up close because the bird got to see us quick and flew off. But point is, relaxation is key. And you have to find time for yourself, you know? Right? You have to find time for yourself. Right? Because age only happens when you try to focus on time. You see what I'm saying? You try to focus on your age. Oh, I'm 50, I'm 60 years old. So what that means is I'm too old to do this or I'm too old to do that. Well, you know, wisdom is also part of it too. Being wise, right? Being wise is part of it, meaning that it's what you put inside your body and how effective your body's absorbing rate is, how your body is able to absorb things, right? And so that's the pace that your body is able to use the substances, the minerals, the vitamins, right? To be able to make the proper type of energy so that you can move and use it naturally without getting hurt, right? That's life. Learning to take care of yourself is the best wealth you can possibly get, you know? And so if you take good care of yourself, you should never have any problem doing anything. You see what I'm saying? That's how it is, right? If you take good care of yourself, that's what happens. So at the end of the day, be healthy, take care of yourself, right? Never give up. You see what I'm saying? Think about it. How many days do you think a human being live for? One person. Huh? Most people don't live to be even 35,000 days old. You know? 35,000 days, they don't live to be that old. Most likely you'll be 95 years old if you do the calculations. So what is that telling you? What that's telling you is we worry about the wrong things. We don't focus on what's really important to impact society. You know, imagine what the trees, right? They're living, but they're not physically talking to us, but they talk in vibrations. So I wonder what they're saying, the earth is saying about us humans, right? Because it just seems like they're probably shaking their roots, saying, yo, these guys are supposed to be the most smartest, right? The most advanced. But yet, everything they do or touch destroys, right? Everything that they do and touch destroys. So then what does that mean, right? What does that mean to this society that we live in today? That we're trying to what? Some are trying to make inventions to go to space. Some are trying to make technology to be able to teleport into different times. And some are just living simple lives. But you tell me, which one are you choosing? Right? Because at the end of the day, what is your self-worth? Can somebody buy you by the resources they have? Can they buy your loyalty? You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that is who you become. Because money is there. Money is always going to be there. When we are gone, when we come, when we go, it doesn't matter. But what matters is impact, your name. What have you done for society today, right? To help change how people think, what people do, right? And you don't have to do it on a high scale level. You don't have to do it. But one at a time. Because you're one person. So if you help one person, right? Or even help the environment, you are lending help to God. You're helping God when you do that. You see what I'm saying? Because all these other problems are in need of your services. And if you can provide it with a pure heart, you're going to benefit largely from this. You see what I'm saying? So understand that the motive is to what? Impact everybody. To try to do things that is going to be there when you're gone. You see what I'm saying? Think about it. You're a working man. So a working man sets up, or a working woman sets up to what? Secure their future. Now, how old are you going to be when you retire? Most likely you're going to be what? 65 years old, right? Retire at 65 years old. You retiring at 65 years old, what can you really do? Huh? How would you benefit from what you're doing? What can you really do? You can't really do much, right? And that's the facts. You can't really do much. So that's what I'm saying. So there has to be a better plan on how to live a better life. There has to be a better plan on how long you want to live. Because you see, if we are poisoning everything around us, eventually we're going to end up poisoning ourselves through the waters, through the foods that we're eating, through the air, you know, the quality that we have, right? All of those things are going to be taken from us. And if it's taken from us, we cannot disappear and end up in a different time zone where we're going to be able to eat and have no problems. We're not. As much as and as powerful as technology has become, maybe that could happen 30, 40 years from now. But I'm talking about now. I'm talking about, you know, you seeing fishes in the water, in the ocean, right? In the rivers, coming up dead or tying up with all of what's it called? Nature, right? Tying up because why? Mother Nature. If we say Mother Nature, but yet we basically turn around and destroy it, what are we saying for ourselves? Huh? I mean, look how fast wildlife is able to reproduce themselves, replenish themselves. But we manage to slow it down so vastly that right now we're making food indoors rapidly more than outdoors, because the lands are having difficulty producing the same type of quality of food. And though, yes, we put all these things in there to, to increase the speed of growth, but then it destroys us because we come from all four elements. And if we are creating chemicals that are poisonous to our flesh, to our organs, then we are just basically setting ourselves up to be killed. So nature is important. Just because we live inside does not mean outside don't matter. It matters. It matters a lot. And so because it matters is why it's important. Think about it. You think that we're getting all this snow in a vast period of time for no reason. It's just the beginning, right? Even the elites, the ones that have a lot of money, that can do a lot of things that regular people can't, they still have to live somewhere. You still have to go somewhere, right? It'll come a time when your money is not valuable anymore. So then what are you gonna do with yourself when your money is not valuable anymore? Huh? Your money is not valuable anymore. Your assets are running out because why? You don't have enough time to replenish. We cannot zap our fingers and be able to get substances to our tables in seconds. We cannot do that. And we're not built that way because of where we are living today. We are living in a physical world. And we know that these physical, things are all living. And this is all these trees that you see, right? All the natural substances that you see, all of them have what? Emotions. Now, they show their emotions through the vibrations. So if you cut down trees and you destroy and you use them for just paper, or you just misuse them and you cut down too much trees, now trees take away from our oxygen. So the more trees you cut down, the more oxygen, right, you are taking from us, because they produce what we need and we produce what they need. So we live with them hand in hand. So why? Because we're connected to nature hand in hand. Four elements created Mother Nature. And so 4 elements, we're the only creation that has 4 elements. So we're that much rooted and connected to nature, to the wildlife. We destroy this wildlife. We pretend that, oh yeah, we're just gonna, look the other way. It's just gonna be a next tax break bill or carbon tax, and just play like this, right? And we don't do the right things. We're gonna have a lot of difficulties, because guess what? It's just like the earth is like an hour, has the creation in it. And so pretend that the creation is us inside our ass, and it's covered up. Now, what happens is there was nothing in and out of the hourglass before. So you could not, manipulate, you cannot deceive it. But if it happens, if this situation takes place between in and out, then what happens? Yeah, so sorry about interruption still. Yeah, so at first, right, it was dirty and we could clean it up and there was no problems, right? We still got the organic matter and the original substances and everything. But now we have done it in a vast way where we have over polluted, and we have halfway cleaned up. So we clean up, we stopped, because why? We're worried about how much money it's gonna cost, right? right? Our life's existence is worried about how much money is going to cost to make us all healthy and safer. And I bet you if they didn't, they didn't have difficulty spending that money to take care of of the planet, and they kept at it, they would have to do less maintenance, because the world needs maintenance, but now it needs repair. Because you see, the ozone layer, like I said, is the hourglass, is the glass. So if it breaks, what's gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen? Things are gonna start flying around. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know that some people might not watch cartoons, but yo, The Simpsons. The Simpsons is a classical, where it's a family classical, show. And in The Simpsons, right, they have a destructive world where the vortex, the thing broke, right? So it broke, and once it broke, the world starts to spin, so everything starts to fly up, right? And so what happens is nothing is stable. You can't stay still. Gravity, right, basically leaves, because it's sort of like hovered in a concept, you know, right? It's sort of like hovered in a concept. So gravity leaves. So you see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's the destruction of the earth, you know? Oh, hi. No, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, so the thing is, because there was so much problems in the earth, right? We are having difficulty, right, with everything we do. You know, because the earth is so big. We're not overpopulated. There's so much space that we don't use that people are able to buy thousands of acres for themselves. How? You see what I'm saying? Is this true or not? People are able to buy thousands of acres for themselves, but yet we're overpopulated. How? Does that make sense? You know? So a lot of ways it doesn't make sense. And so we know that money shouldn't be the problem, right? Certain things should be taken care of, right? And money should not be a limit. It should be any amount you can pay for, right? At any time. So that's the best thing. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if money is not a problem to take care of nature, then we benefit from nature. We're gonna live longer, because back in the days, some people lived to be 925 years old. Now you live to be 925 years old. You tell me, right? One person. So, and what? It was Adam. First human created, Adam, lived to be 925 years old. Now look, we barely make it to what? 60 years old, 70 years old, right? It's a blessing to live to be that age. But in more ways, some people can argue that is it a blessing? Because if we're here temporarily, are you not going to be here because of a certain reason? Huh? Jesus Christ lived to be what? 33 years old. So, was he cursed? Or was it because of his mission? You know? Was he cursed? Or was it because of his mission? You know? That's a lot of people need to decide. Because look, you tell me, he lived to be 33 years old, but his mission was to save humanity. So my point is this. What I'm trying to say is this, okay? The life you live is based on your destiny. You see what I'm saying? You are alive for a time period because of your destiny. It's nothing else. If your destiny, let's say, was to even just go to the Eiffel Towers. Let's just say God had a plan for you that you had to be at Eiffel Towers in order for you to, what's it called? Like, connect with him, and that was the end of your life. Maybe you seen it as just a simple destiny, right? It's a simple destiny. Why does God just need me to go to the Eiffel Tower? Why doesn't he need me to go here or go here? So then what are you gonna say? You might doubt what you're doing, right? You might turn away. You might not even do it. But at the end of the day, I want people to understand that maybe you going to the Eiffel Tower, right? You would have probably saved something before you went there. Maybe because of you, there wasn't an accident that killed 50 people. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's a chain reaction because we're all linked together. Just like all these roots of these trees, they're all linked together. They all talk, right? Like their emotions are demo, so we don't realize it. But we see the effect of it with the results that we get in our foods, in our water, in our life quality. Because look, if we're organisms and they're organisms and they're meant to help us and we're meant to help them, then we can only be as strong as them and they could only be strong as us. But guess what? They can grow faster and replace faster without more pain than we, because we, right, we're created in a special way, in a much more sophisticated way. So it's very, it's crucial if we get destroyed. But then you cut down a tree, next one will come, right? Unless you start polluting the whole land, then the tree won't grow. But wildlife can grow anywhere except for, right, places where there's too much chemicals. But if we are using like forests like this, and we just cut down enough trees and we make it into a dumping site for chemicals, it doesn't matter. As long as it goes into the ground will push it around. And eventually it'll get into our water streams. So the same chemicals that we don't want, right, is going to end up on our plates that we eat. This happens regularly to the point that, if you don't really, really read what you eat or see, detox yourself, natural detox, right? There's different ways of detoxing, but naturally, because if you're a natural person and you're, and you want to benefit off of that, then do the natural thing to strengthen your body so that nature and you, because we are electromagnetic human beings. We connect through vibrations. We connect, right? So we can talk to nature just off of our vibes of our energy. And nature, right? That is why it's awesome and amazing when you just see the color green. If you see green all the time, it helps you to get into a better mood. Am I right? Right? So these are things that we have to understand about life. That is not going to be perfect, but we cannot be this disastrous, right? It's beautiful and we see it and we pay so much money for the view of it, right? Go to Beverly Hills and see the mansions, right? And the big houses. And all they do is they pay for landmass and they pay for the land view. So maybe their whole backyard is this forest. And so they enjoy it to them and their private sectors. But yet we say that, you need so much space to live. Think about it. As much money as you have, when you die, is not going anywhere. You can't buy yourself a ticket to heaven. If you cannot do that, then what are you really doing? Huh? Think about it. Even though there are so many scientists that are creating for us to live longer, or even to become artificial, where we are able to withstand the conditions of this planet, so that we don't die so easily. But one thing that will alter is our DNA, right? Our DNA is from the source roots of the 12 families, original 12 families of Hebrew, right? They did not change their DNA then. You see, when it came time when they were about to alter the DNA through the black magic and the witchcrafts and stuff like that, what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? It got destroyed. What happened with the Noah and the flood? Right? And so these things take place because of certain things that humans always try to do. And so this time, people are trying to say, oh, we're sophisticated, we have intelligence. We can stay one step ahead of God. Because God, I know, is the people. He loves the people. And the people are so slow. Even though God is so powerful, right? The people are slow, so he always is waiting for the people. He's always trying to give the people chance, his creation, his children. And we are trying to stop that from happening. So what do? They lower the people's vibrations with the conditions, right, that we are living in. They lower the people's vibration with the focus of survival, right? And then, before you know it, right, there you go, they have you. And so I'm saying it's not easy to break out of that cycle. But altering your DNA is very disastrous. Because you see, if you change your DNA, even though we have studied a lot about DNA, we are still young in the advancement of the understanding of the DNA. You see what I'm saying? What are the long-term side effects of altering one's DNA? Huh? Do they still keep their soul intact? Because you see, everything that you do changes you drastically. And we should all know that. Doesn't matter what you do. If you take a left instead of a right, you will change. You will change how gravity grabs a hold of your life. What direction you're going to, right? In your thoughts. Everything that you do changes. So altering your DNA will change your soul capability. Would your soul, because if your soul detects that you're not living, will it remain there? Because you see, physical practice still has an impact on mental and spiritual practice. They all go hand in hand. So if these things go hand in hand and is there, why is it that people don't understand that in life we must know what is right? Do you see what I'm saying? We must know what is right. This is not religion talk. This is truth talking. We're human beings. We cannot all be political. We're not politicians. Right? But one thing we could all be is truthful people. We can talk the truth. We can do the truth. Because you see, it don't matter if you know me or if I don't know you or if I like you, if I don't like you. One thing we all have in common, even with the devil, is we live here. We live on earth. Huh? We live here. You have to eat. You have to get up. You have to stay somewhere. Okay, you stay outside, but you still staying somewhere. Outside is still somewhere. No? So think about it. Huh? Think about the life you're living. Think about the society that you're growing up in. It's not about gun violence anymore. I'm telling you, it's not about drugs and all of these things anymore. If we don't take care of nature, see what I'm saying? And if we don't stay in tune with our spiritual self, because you see, I told you, nature communicates with us through vibrations, through energy. If it cannot recognize you, it will destroy. It will destroy you because it will be off balance. You understand? If the world's vibrations are off balance, and the humans that have the four elements, because we grow through magnets, magnetic waves, through vibration connections. We grow through that. So what's going to happen? You see what I'm saying? What's going to happen if we don't have access to this freedom anymore? Freedom of walking outside, right? What's going to happen when it's difficult to even drink water? Or suppose a water bottle costs $50 at the thing. The same water bottle that you went to go get for $2.99 cost $50. How would you feel spending that $50 to buy? You say, well, it's water, so I would have no problem. Yes, you have no problem, right, buying it for then, right? For then. But what about tomorrow? What about 2 months or 3 months? What about for the rest of your life? Would you have an issue buying water for $50 for one bottle because of the environment is so bad, it's so toxic that for them to purify the water, right, they have to do a lot. It has to take a lot of time and spend a lot of money, right, to make these the quality of drinkable water for you, and it's gonna cost $50 for one. But yeah, it used to be $2.99. How would you feel? Because I know that even if you're a billionaire, even let's say you're a billionaire, and you as a person average about maybe 4 to 5 bottles of water a day. You average that. Let's say you average that per day. How much would that be in a month? And times that by your lifespan. And guess what? Let's say you weren't by yourself, right? You have a family of 4 and you're a billionaire. That will still be difficult for you as a billionaire. That will still be difficult for you as a billionaire. Because $50 for one bottle of water and there's a family of 4. You tell me, how much is that? You spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on water, just water, every single month, right? And you won't be making as much, because if that is happening, then the world will be in problems in such a way where resources would be very, very hard to come by. So people will harvest it for themselves because they would need it for survival. But where do we go and get resources? Where we go to get resources? We go to nature, outside, right? We discover so much about ourselves of nature. God has created nature in such a way that no matter what problem we're going through, if we connect with nature, we're going to be able to solve that issue. But if we do it in an artificial way, we will be destroyed, because artificially we're not new with the intelligence. You see what I'm saying? And if so much technology is taking place and is making, right, making us have to find difficulty. They're having accidents of robots, you know, destroying and killing scientists because they went rogue. So you tell me, what's going on? You know, it's going rogue. People are having difficulty doing so many things because guess what? Because what? Robots are replacing us. No? And if they replace us, what do you think is going to happen? We are a rebellious race. We are the people that fight for oppression. Fight. We look at the protests that's going on. We're protesting every step of the way, on every level. We're doing all of those things. Now, if we're doing all of those things, why? Because we created an easier way to do things. And now we have command where we can tell it and it can do it for how long we want it to do. And now it's performing better and smarter than actual humans. And in the long term, they will outlast human living. You see what I'm saying? And they cost less. Even if it costs $1 million for one robot to be able to do everything, like take care of your business for you, right? If they're doing that, then what's going to happen to us? What are we going to be meant? You know, soon time robots can probably purchase humans and use them as their will, because they don't have emotions. So think about it. The future is in our hands. The life is there outside and with us. Let's do the honest thing and take care of nature before it destroys us. It's not about money. It's not about, any issue. Air is something that we need to breathe to survive. If we have to start selling that, then the whole planet is doomed. And nature would be here because it would destroy everything and become and remain. But it was living without us. It doesn't need us if as much as we need it. Even though we go hand in hand, nature, it will be bad, but they can still replenish over time, because all it is if we're all destroyed, then nature will grow, right? No tree will get cut down. Like all these trees will be replaced and everything with nature again, because it can, if it's not maintained after a while, nature will take over. And this is a natural process. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching my video. Those who tuned in, those who like my video. See what I'm saying? Nature is always key. You got to take care of nature, so nature can take care of us. See what I'm saying? So we got to do the right thing, right? More life, always, all day. Have a nice day, guys. Bye now.